So the other day I made this video basically saying why músicos don't make it. And it's just lessons that I've come to learn over the years. Like, if you don't do this, then you won't get here. Or if you do this would happen, right? So I made the video giving tips, and then someone commented, why haven't you made it? That's a good question, because I've asked myself that. And at one point I believed in the concept of making it. But then I began to really question, what does that mean? So I'm going to talk a little bit about myself and like what I've done. Because honestly, at 28 years old, I've done a whole bunch of shit that most people probably won't even do in their entire lives. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying, like, even I'm surprised at myself, because I didn't go into it thinking that I would do that. There's only one time where I actually went in and had that in mind, that I knew I wanted this, and I had to work for it. And honestly, I became depressed after that, but I'm going to talk about that later on. So the concept of making it, I don't agree with that concept, because making it is different in everyone's eyes. Like, in society's eyes, if you make it, you're making a whole bunch of money. Maybe you got houses, you got assets and stuff. And the concept of making it is honestly subjective, because in your mind, you could be working your dream job, making average wage each year, and in your mind you're happy, right? You made it. But in other people's eyes, they don't see it that way. And I think a lot of the times society or people take into account others people's opinions on you like way too much. And honestly, that could lead to depression, anxiety, and stuff. So I don't believe in the concept of making it, because everyone has different definitions of that. So what do I believe in then? I mean, he doesn't really know about me, but I was making a video about músicos and stuff, and most people's goals is to make it, right? Like, make money in music and be able to travel and like get millions of views and stuff. And I honestly got to experience all of that, and I'm honestly grateful, because like I said, I didn't go into that thinking that I would be able to like accomplish all these things. It's just kind of happened. And that's how I'm kind of going into life right now. I'm just letting everything happen. My journey started back 10 years ago when I first decided to go into this. Like, the concept of making videos for YouTube, it always stood out to me. I would see other singers like Quit La Vega, Jose Esparza, and all these other singers online on YouTube. And I would see them posting videos of them singing covers and stuff. So I was like, oh, I like singing. I like making videos. Let me start making videos and stuff. So I started posting on YouTube just because that's what I like to do, right? So I like making videos. I like singing. So I would post these covers on YouTube. And after a while, I grew my subscribers I grew a couple thousand subscribers, actually. Just doing that, uploading covers, uploading music and stuff. And then one day, I saw videos of Ariel Camacho requinteando and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, I want to learn how to do that too, right? So I bought my first requinto. I still have it. It's a Tetson 12-string guitar, and I started learning how to play, and I would make videos too, because that's what I like doing too. So I would make videos of the songs I learned how to play, and I would teach other people how to play them. And I started uploading tutorials on YouTube, and that really took off. And it got me to a few more thousand subscribers. Right now I'm at probably 40,000 on YouTube and stuff, just teaching people how to play. But here's the thing. So I started YouTube because to me it was fun, and it was what I wanted to do. So I would upload videos because I wanted to upload videos. But then it got to the point where I started uploading videos because I felt like I needed to. Like, I had all these subscribers who had subscribed to my channel, wanting to see tutorials of different songs. And at first it was fun, right? Getting all these views, making videos for other people. Soon after, it became a job. So in my mind, I had to post at least one video a week. So it was no longer just posting videos whenever I felt like. It was like, you have to upload a video every week. If not, like, you're gonna lose everything. So it wasn't fun no more. And I kept that up for a while. But honestly, I just stopped seeing the point, because I would learn these songs that I didn't even like, and I would just learn them to make a video tutorial on them, and then I would just forget about them and stuff. And that was just a waste of time. I mean, it did grow my channel, but to me, I didn't feel fulfilled, right? Just uploading these covers and stuff, because I was no longer into requinto. I was like more into other stuff. At that time, I was starting to get more into business. So I kind of just dropped the tutorials, and I went into business. And at the time, I was still studying. I was going at college, and then one of my professors, he actually had like an open mind about these things, because he would tell students, you don't need college. Even though we were in college, right? He would tell students, you don't need college in order to succeed. And he would take a look at our grades and how we did in class, and he would individually give us advice like, oh yeah, you would be a good fit, you would be a good student because you're getting A's and stuff. What are your goals? And then he would ask us, what are our goals? And then we would tell him, and he's like, oh, okay, well, I recommend doing this and this. And when it got to me, I told him my goals too. I was like, oh, well, I'm a musician. Honestly, I don't know what I want to do with my life, because I was completely lost. And then he says, he looks at my grades and he's like, oh, well, honestly, you have good grades. You could either go either routes. You could keep on studying, get your degree and get a job, or do your own thing, start your own business and stuff. And I was like, well, I've never done a business before. And then he recommended me this book called The 4 Hour Work Week. And honestly, that was the first step. That was 6 years ago. And that was the first step I took into my entrepreneurial or business journey, because I read that book and it opened up my mind, to different concepts. Because in my mind before learning about that, the route was study, get a degree, and get a job. And I was actually going for that route, because in my mind I still hadn't really experienced the world. I still haven't experienced like how that felt to have a job, because prior to that I was always like a freelancer. I would do photography on the side. I would be a músico. I would get money that way too. I would sell stuff. I would buy stuff and resell them online and stuff. So I was always kind of into that. And that's why I started taking those business courses. But yeah. So I started reading that book, and it opened up my mind to these entrepreneurs online that were making money. Like, they didn't have to go to school, they didn't have to go to work. They were basically free, and they could live anywhere around the world and just work 4 hours a week. And I was like, which one would I rather have? Right? So I just started opening up my mind even more. And the turning point is that while I was studying, I took a job. I was working in a factory, and I would have to go in like at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, I think. And I would come out like at 2, 3 in la tarde. And I did that job for a while. And while I was there, I met like so many people who not only worked that job, but they worked 2 jobs, and they've been there for like 5+ years, 10+ years. And I was like, do I really see myself working here that many years? Or not just here, but even in another job? Do I really see myself working at one spot for my whole life? And talking to these people, I was like, nah, that's not the route for me. I don't want to stay stuck in one spot. At that point in my life, I was always learning, right? I was learning how to do photography. I was learning how to do YouTube videos. I was learning all these skills because honestly, I like to learn. And I feel fulfilled when I learn and I grow each day. And just thinking about staying stuck in one spot for my entire life, like I couldn't handle that. So the day they asked me, do you want a full-time job? I was like, nah, I'm out of here. And that was the last job I took on. And I started getting more into my business journey and stuff. Like I said, at that time, I was still uploading YouTube videos de vez en cuando. And I was like, well, I have all these subscribers. How can I sell something to them to start making money from this? Because at that point, I hadn't earned anything from YouTube. So I was like, okay, well, most of my subscribers, they play guitar. What can I sell them? And then one day I woke up with the idea of requintazo strings. I was like, oh, let me just sell them guitar strings and stuff. And at first it was fun, right? Because I like learning new things. So I got to learn how to make a website, how to market my product and stuff. And the very first month that I released it, I made $2,000 that month. Like the very first month I released it, and I was like, oh fuck, there's actually potential here. And a lot of people were commenting. They're like, oh yeah, I like your strings, I like your brand. But then that's where things kind of switched. So I went into it like same mentality. Let's see what happens. Let's have some fun and stuff. And it turned from that mentality into how can I make more money. So I really got into it. I would work hours and hours every day learning, changing my website, updating it, coming up with different ads. testing different ads and stuff, checking in every day, writing handwritten notes and stuff. So I really took it serious, and I was like, I want to get to the 10K mark a month. I want to get to a 10K month. And I worked so hard for a whole, like, for months, just trying to get that goal, thinking that once I got there, like, I would feel happy, I would feel fulfilled. And I actually got to make it, right? And I held that position for like 2+ years. I was a 6-figure earner. And like I said, I thought it would feel like so good reaching that. And when I reached it, I was like, fuck, what's next? And at that time, I stopped uploading YouTube videos. I stopped branding myself. And that was the first mistake I made. But it was because I was so focused on the money that I didn't care no more, like, what I did on my personal side, right? So I was doing everything for money now, no longer for pleasure, for my own satisfaction. So yeah, I got depressed. Everything was automated, so I didn't have to do anything. I would just ship out strings and go for a walk, work out because I like working out, come back home and just spend my day away. And I was like, fuck, I'm making good money, but I'm not happy. I was like, what's next? But then shit happened, so everyone talks about the good stuff that happens in business or entrepreneurship, but no one talks about the bad. So a while ago, there was an update on iPhone, and this is where things went down. And this is what I learned from this experience. And maybe you could take it on, or I'll listen to this back and be like, yeah, that's a good lesson, right? So this is for me. But yeah, there was this update on iPhone, and basically it allowed users or iPhone users to be able to increase their privacy when it came to like Facebook and stuff. So at that time, I was running Facebook's ads like crazy, and that's how I was bringing in that much income. But as soon as that update hit, I had to spend more in ads, and I started losing money. So I was like, fuck, I can't do this. So I turned off all my ad accounts, and that's when things started going down. And since I had purely been focused on sales, just ads and ads and ads, like, I was no longer uploading videos and stuff. So as soon as I turned those off, sales dropped drastically, So that was my first lesson. Don't just focus on sales. You got to start branding, uploading videos, and really focused on giving people value, right? Like making videos that would help these people out. So that was the first lesson I learned. And second, I didn't feel sad when that happened, because I'm still going through that right now, right? Like it went back up, but I'm not making the same amount that I was, but I'm not sad. Like, I'm actually happy now, because now I have even bigger goals. So if people ask me, what are your goals? I'm like, I don't have no more goals. I don't have no more, like, I have to be there, or else I'm not going to be happy, I'm not like, I have to make this much amount every month to be happy. Because honestly, if you have these goals and you're working every day to get them, that means the rest of your life, prior to that point in your life, you're not happy. You're just working up to that point. And then once you reach it, then what? What's next? Like, you're just going to stay there. Estás muerto en vida. That's what I say. Like, you're just passing the time, like I was. So now I don't have goals. Like, I do have a big dream, right? So right now I started something called Músico University, and I'm like, I'm going to take over the music industry. And honestly, I don't know if that's my dream, right? But I don't know if I'll ever make it. But that's not my focus. It's not like, oh, I have to make it now. That's just my guiding point, like my North Star. And every single day, starting now, I'm just walking towards that goal, but at the same time enjoying the view, like looking around, enjoying every single step of the way there. And honestly, I think the process is more important than the result. So I also wrote a post on inside Músico University, and I was like, well, if you want to make it big in social media, it's like working out. Because when you work out, if you have the right information, you have the right coach, you have the right nutritional advice, you could work out every single day, and for a fact, like, you're going to see results. Even if you don't see them the next day or the next day or the next day, if you keep following that advice, that structure, you're eventually going to see results. So I know that if I keep doing the right steps, I keep taking the right steps, I keep enjoying every single day, I I've hit that 10K mark in the past, so I know I'm going to hit it for sure. Like, I have that confidence in my skills, and I compared it to people going to university, because people go to university to feel secure with that degree. Like, they know if they lose a job, they'll always have that degree, so they could get another better paying job. Instead of a degree, I have the skills, so I worked hard to acquire skills that I'm super confident in myself that if anything ever like this happens again, like, I would be able to get back up, because I'm that confident in myself and my skills. But yeah, like I said, I no longer have goals that I have to reach. It's more like I would prefer it, but I'm still enjoying my life right now, right? And it's fun. I like it. So I'm gonna end this podcast right here. Hope it gave you some value. If not, it doesn't matter, because I'm still having fun making it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.